Hi everyone, it's WGMZZ here, how you doing? Welcome back to our Let's Play of Ni no Kuni Wrath of the White Witch Remastered. Last time round, well, we healed Esther's heart, we healed Rashad's heart, we healed a lot of hearts. And in this episode we're actually going to go to the Temple of Trials to prove our wizardly worth. But before we do that, I forgot to talk to Horace. Who is right here. Obviously you still need Spirit Medium to talk to him. Let's see you again. Did you have fun crossing the desert? Fun? It was boiling, man. Boiling for you, maybe, Pipsqueak. I'm a ghost, and ghosts don't feel the heat, so there. What are you doing here, Horace? I'm looking at these fountains. They're amazing. They score out milk. All the milk a boy could drink. They're what Alma face for. But the spicy smell coming from that food stall is mixing with the smell of the milk. It's strange. Ha! You think so? I kinda like it. Hey, there are still loads of spells you don't know yet, aren't there, Oliver? Well, I am trying, it's just my Mr. Companion is kind of, well, most of the pages are missing. Missing? Oh yeah, I had to give you the page for Spirit Medium, didn't I? Uh-huh. When Mr. Kirby first gave it to me, the only spell like inside was Gateway. Really? So the pages have been torn out. I bet it was that idiot Shajar's doing. Alright, I suppose I better help you fill it back up again, hadn't I? Tidy, there's generous, but maybe it's wrong about you being a stingy little midget after all. Well, I'm not going to hand over a load of pages over if that's what you're thinking. Oliver will have to prove his wizarding comprehension skills first. Your wizard's companion isn't just full of spells, there are also stories in there that are gathered by the sages all over the centuries. This has probably been torn out too. Stories are pretty powerful after all, to may inspire people to stand up to him. Right, I'm going to give you one to get started. Have a read, it's one of my favourites. As we get the Cardinal Prince and the Lion story. Did you read the story I gave you? Well, I hope you read it carefully because I got a question for you. Ready? Yes. Luckily we know the answer because of the guide. Good, here goes. There are quite a few characters in the story. Can you remember them all? Tell me, who was the third smallest out of the Prince, the Lion King, and the Dragon of the East, and the Dragon of the West? It was the... So, just confirming, it is Dragon of the West. Now, I don't think you have to be... case sensitive. I don't think you do. I hope you don't. But this is a test to see if you do have to be case sensitive. Nope, you don't. Correct. Very impressive. Wizardly comprehension must also be as good as mine. Oh, I said I'd help fill your wizard back up here, didn't I? Here. As we get the Draw Poison spell. Thanks, Horace. I suppose it was a bit mean giving you a question like that, but it worked out. You worked out eventually. And that's what being a wizard is all about, learning to look carefully at every detail and understand what's going on. Shut up with the wise old man talk, will you? You're no flippin' older than Lolly Boy here. I'm not? No, I don't suppose I am. At least I don't seem to be. What's that supposed to mean? It's strange. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Something really, really important. Never mind. I can't believe how much this place has changed. I'm going to see if other towns around the world are different these days. I think I'll head somewhere for bracing sea breeze next. I won't be able to feel the wind in my face, I can still enjoy the view. Still season? Alright. So with that done, we do have our next Tale of Wonder. Which is actually the first tale. The Cowardly Prince and the Lion. In a certain country there are a redemptive prince named Tamalo, who is sharp of mind but weak of spirit. His father is a brave king, strong, wise, and loved by his subjects, but a noble example he served set to only awaken Tamalo's spirit. On occasion his father told him thus, "Soon, my boy, it will be time for me to retire, upon which ye shalt become king." While the announcement delighted the prince, it filled him also with terrible dread, for he did not have the spirit required to ascend to the throne. In his vexation, he wandered from the castle, lost in thought, whereupon he encountered a fearsome-looking lion. The prince tried to flee, but the lion easily caught him in his paw, lifted him to his gaping mouth, and swallowed him whole. At first, the prince felt he was doomed, but at length he began to reconsider his position. At least I no longer have to become king, he thought the prince. After taking a deep breath, he said to the lion, "Mighty lion, I am the prince of this country, and the day after tomorrow is due to become its king. Since thou hast now swallowed me, however, now I must needs to become king instead, eh?" "King, eh?" replied the lion. "I shall become complain about that." Thereupon the prince led the lion back to the palace. The couriers were shocked to see the lion enter the palace, but the prince pleaded with them from inside the stomach, and the lion was accepted as king. The lion proved to have quite an aptitude for royal duties. Whenever there was so much dispute in this kingdom, the lion simply growled at quarrelers. That's hard to say. Quarrelers. "Stop complaining, or I shall eat you alive." Whensoever a bridge was set away by a flood, the lion simply used his paws to rip down a tree and lay it down across the river. Regarding taxation and legal matters, the lion was usually ignorant. But whenever such a problem arose, Fritz would always speak from inside his stomach and provide with a side solution. 2 dragons. After the time, news reached the king that 2 dragons were ravaging the eastern and western edges of the kingdom. People terrified looked to their king to deliver them from this terrible evil, on which the king announced that he should go and smite the dragon himself. But even the fearsome lion stood no chance of defeating 2 such terrible dragons. "My dear stomach dwellers," said he then, what in the wide world should I do now?" Prince Mallow considered the lion's question, and like to provide him a suitable scheme. The lion headed east to the part of his kingdom that's been ravaged by the larger dragon, and roared in its ugly face. "Dragon, I shall soon slay thee. I fear thee not, for no matter how large thou art, thou shalt never devour me." "Oh ho," scoffed the dragon, "we shall see about that." Upon which he ate the lion whole. From inside the dragon's stomach, the lion said, "Dragon, thou art now the king of this land. It is therefore thy laurel duty to defeat the dragon ravaged upon the western part of thy kingdom." At first the dragon paid him no heed, but when the dragon witnessed the humans around him bowing in deference, as Prince Florella had requested them to do beforehand, he decided to do his royal duty, whereupon he went to the western mountains to slay the other dragon. Once the other dragon had been slain, the lion commenced to scratching inside the dragon's stomach. "Ow! It hurts! It hurts!" cried the dragon, rolling on the floor in agony. "Have mercy, I beseech thee!" Twitched around and said, "If thou wouldst not feel this pain, thou must promise never again hurt the people of this kingdom." "Ow! Very well, I promise," cried the dragon in reply. The dragon was a cunning beast, and Prince Mallow knew that he would break his promise the moment the lion was out of his stomach. Therefore had the lion take out the babbling berry that he told him to bring with him and place it inside the dragon. This berry is known to make noises that sounded like someone was muttering to himself. With that babbling berry in his stomach, the dragon shan't notice when the lion escapes Prince Mallow. Near the night, when the dragon was sleeping, the lion crept out of his gaping mouth and set back to the palace. The dragon left the king and his subjects alone forevermore. The kingdom had been at peace for 10 years when the lion said to Prince Mallow, "Stomach dweller, it's time thou camest hence from in there. I'd have thee take my place on the throne." Prince Mallow was shocked, and cried in a quivering tone, "I fear I do not have the spirit to become a king." "But thy judgments over the past 10 years have been invariably wise," said the lion. "That it may be, but I am a coward," replied Prince Mallow. "It's because protected by a great strong lion I can act so decisively." The lion paid no heed. Over my sneeze, he ejected Prince Mallow from his stomach. It had been 10 years of Prince Mallow since the whole wide world outside. He could not believe his eyes. The lion's mane was now full white, and his face was covered in wrinkles. Shut up inside the lion's stomach, Prince Mallow had been quite unaware of any of this. "As I can see with my eyes," said the lion, "I have grown old. 10 years of doubt hast thou resided in my stomach, and yet not once did you scratch me or cause me any pain, as I myself did to that dragon. Though thou couldst have done it so at any time. The couriers and subjects of this kingdom did not accept me because I am strong. They accepted me because I have given them my all, by which I mean thou hast given them thine. Thou art the true king of this country. Thou lackest not the spirit, I assure thee." In like manner, everyone at the palace beseeched Prince Mallow to become their king. "Prince Mallow, everyone is humbly grateful for everything thou hast done. Our country needs just such a king as thee." Upon hearing these words, Prince Mallow felt his courage swell within him. As king, Mallow gave still more of himself to his country. In spite of the fact that the lion had retired, he continued to live outside the king in the palace. Although many countries are ruled by animals these days, in ancient times all kings were human. Indeed, the biggest lion about whom you just read was the first ever animal to be acknowledged as king, and the world's never been the same ever since. Alright, let's head off to the Temple of Trials. Finally. Check out this a wee bit, because I forgot about Horace that was there. I forgot about him. How can I forget about him? I only talked to him like once. Anyway, let's head out. As our Temple of Trials is up here.
Watch this! Here goes! We did it!
We did do it. Alright, so we're nearly there. That's not too far away. The Temple of Trials lies on the other side of this gorge. Perhaps this is a good place for a moment's respite. Flip the heck, man, I'm glad you suggested that. I'm a forest fairy, me. My fairy suit isn't even soundproof. We're stopping already? But I could go on for ages yet. Really? Aren't you even a little tired? It's so hot. You will endure far worse things at the Temple of Trials, Oliver. Gee, so the trials are pretty tough, huh? Indeed. That is why you must get some rest. I will keep watch. You will sleep. Now stay close to the fire. The desert grows cold at night. Alright, Mr. Rashad, sir.
Oliver?
What is it, Esther?
Why did you set out on this journey in the first place? Most people wouldn't dream of taking on someone like Shadar.
Well, it's my mom. I have to save her.
Your mother?
Yeah. She died, saving my life. But Mr. Drippy says there's a way to help her here in this world.
So, you've come here to save your mother?
Yeah, I guess.
Wow.
Huh?
Doing all this for the sake of someone you love? I just think that's amazing. I wish I had as good a reason as you for making this journey. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean I wished that...
It's okay.
But... Shadar is incredibly powerful. He breaks the hearts of anyone who defies him. So no one dares to resist. And they say no one can defeat him.
I know that. But I have to.
You have to try, right?
Yeah.
It's so strange. You don't look powerful in the least. But somehow, I just know you can beat him. I wonder why.
Thanks.
Anyway, enough of that. It's late.
Okay.
Good morning, Oliver. Did you sleep well? Not really. I guess I'm a little worried about the trials. Oh dear. Well, I hope you won't doze off in the middle of them. Though I have to say, I didn't sleep very well myself. I can't think about that girl, my other self. It's so strange. She's not like me at all, but it doesn't feel like she's a different person. Well, so many are funny now, ain't it? Different, but the same. There's profound. Anyway, are we taking the trials or what? Oliver, Esther, the typical trials lie north of here. The tests that await you are unforgiving, but I have faith in you. Thank you, sir. Let's go, Oliver. I want to show you how brave I am, just like Myrtle did. As we get another story. As we get my other self. I forgot that we got this. What follows is the extraordinary story of an ordinary little girl. When I was a little girl, I had the reddest hair you'd ever seen. I lived with my mother in a small village tucked away in the hills. I was never really good at magic, but I loved gardening. I could grow all sorts of flowers and medicinal herbs. Behind my house was a low hill which you could enjoy a wonderful evening view. I used to walk on top of it every night, to sit in a big old root and watch the sun go down. One day, my mother cut her hand on a glass that I had broken. Though she had washed the wound straight away, just as she had always taught me, the cut soon became infected, and by the next morning she had a very high fever. I took care of her the best I could, but several days passed without any improvement on her condition. Then one night, after I cried myself to sleep before I woke with a start to find myself standing in front of a strange door. I opened this door and walked through it to emerge on top of my favourite hill. It looked just the same as it always did, except for one thing. There was someone else there, sitting on my root and sobbing quietly. I took a sharp breath and thought to myself, could the girl sitting on the root actually be me? Her hair was just as red as mine and it glittered like a ruby in the setting sun. I was feeling quite sad for myself, but the girl sitting on the root seemed absolutely inconsolable. Feeling sorry for her, I asked, "Are you alright? Why are you crying?" At this, the wimpy girl lifted her face, giving me another shock. It was exactly mine. I was careless, and my bird flew away, she said. Oh, I did love it so. So that's why you're crying. I've been careless too, as it happens. I made my mother sick. I thought for a moment and then asked, what kind of bird was it? It was blue, bright blue. It was so very beautiful. My mother's eyes are blue as well, I sighed. They don't seem to sparkle like they did before she took ill. We carried on talking for a short while. Before long, we became firm friends. She loved gardening too, and was enjoying gazing at the sunset from the crest of the hill. It seemed we had absolutely everything in common. Eventually I said, "Here, take this. It's a flower I grew. It's called a warm welcome, and birds love it. Perhaps it'll make your blue bird come back." I'd already put some of these flowers, but my mother said, best I had to try and make her feel better. I still some in her hair. "Thank you," said the girl, smiling. "Oh my, it really does smell wonderful. Hey, would you like to come to my house?" I nodded, and off we went, down the hill together and into the girl's house. She placed fire I'd given her next to the windmill. Before long, we heard a sound. Peep, 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 cheep, cheep, cheep. And the bluebird flew in through the window. "Chee chee!" shouted the girl, recognizing her missing pet. The bird had flown straight for the vase that held the flower. It seemed a little unsteady, as though one of its wings was injured, but I couldn't help feeling happy that the warm welcome I had given the girl made her bird come back. All of a sudden, I was in front of the strange door again. I walked through it and allowed myself lying in bed once more. "It's just a dream," I sighed. Then I threw off the sheets and went to mother's bedroom. Much to my surprise, though, I found she wasn't there. That's when I heard a sound coming from the kitchen and ran downstairs. "Mother!" I cried. "Good morning," she replied cheerily. I was wondering where I got to. I just felt so much better when I woke up this morning. "Now, would you like some breakfast? I'm famished." And my mother's blue eyes were sparkling once more. Every person in this world has a soulmate, a person in which another world with whom they share a soul. Soulmates' destinies are intertwined, and occasionally they even overlap. Do you ever chance to step through a strange door? Do not be surprised if you meet someone just like you. I hate to say it, but I don't think that'll happen IRL. But anyway, let's proceed to the Trimble trials. Actually, there should be an item here, I think. I thought there was an item here. Am I wrong in that assumption? Let me just check. I thought there was an item here, but maybe there's not. Nope, I was right. 2 pieces of shadow glass. Anyway, let's go in. temple at last. The trials await. Blimey, it's proper impressive this place, eh? Shrouded in an air of potent mystery it is. Did you expect less from the sacred heaven built to train the mighty sages? Did you train here, Mr. Rashad? Of course, all who bear the name Sage must pass the trials. So at least you would have taken the trials too. Oliver. To become a sage, the candidate must possess purity of heart, breadth of knowledge, and mastery of both spells and familiars. The temple both tests and tempers all of these qualities. And if you can't pass the trials, there's no way we'll ever be able to beat Shadar, is there? Precisely. But even the gifts granted you on the passing of trials will not be enough. You'll need a far greater power to defeat the Dark Djinn. Well, I guess we better focus on the trials for now, huh? You are ready. It is time for release the seal. Beyond this door waits the Supreme Sage. It must be opened by your own hand. Yes, sir. And look at this big boy.
So this is the Supreme Sage, is it?
Ahem. Your Honor, we have come to perform the trials.
Not me.
Huh?
Idiots! I'm the Supreme Sage.
Oh.
That's just my stupid servant Umbopa.
What? Huh? Crikey, we got the wrong one. I can't believe it. The Supreme Sage is just a sweet little boy. Sweet? Erg. Oh, I'm sorry, Your Honor. I don't care. I am sweet, and clever, and handsome. I'm just so modest I don't like it when people talk about it. I see. How'd you lot get in here anyway? Only people with my permission are allowed to open the front door. It has been a long time, Your Honor. Is that you, Rashad? Blimey, when did you get so old? You're ancient! But you have not changed at all, I see, Master Solomon. Did you know my father when he was young? Hehe, how strange. Eh? Father? You mean your... Yes, Your Honor. I present my daughter, Esther. Please forgive her rudeness. Heh, I don't care. Why care about you having a daughter? How did that happen? You're so shy and rubbish. Oh well, congratulations. Anyway, what are you doing here? What do you want? These children, Master Solomon, Oliver and Esther, I would ask that you allow them to take the trials. Really? If you're recommending them, you must think they're pretty good. That or you've gone bonkers in your old age. Haha. I see great potential in them both, but they lack power. Beginners, are you? And they want to get stronger. Why? What for? I need to defeat Shadar. What? You? Beat Shadar? You do realize what you're saying, don't you? Yes, Your Honor. And I'm going to help him. Oliver helped me, and I'm going to pay him back. Fine. But the trials are hard. Really hard. I know, because I made them. We're ready, Your Honor. Ha! Looks like you might be. Okay, I'll let you do them. Thank you, Master Solomon. We'll pass all the trials, you'll see. You have my thanks, Your Honor. Then I will take my leave. You're going already? Boring! You should stay here. What's wrong? Scared to see them feel or something? He's right, man. After all we've done for you, the least you can do is stick around and see these two through flipping trials. I cannot. I have duties of my own to attend to. I will not remain in a Babana cell forever. I must prepare to walk the passage of the stage once more. That's not the real reason, is it, Father? Why are you so desperate to go home? Don't you see? He wants us to take the trials without any help. We have to prove we can make it on our own. You're right. Okay, Oliver, let's do our best. Good luck with your preparations, Father. Don't tell all the Babanas, will you? Of course not, my child. When you complete the trials, you shall have all the Babanas you could wish for. Good luck. All this talking is boring. Let's start on the trials, shall we? Go to that stupid old Mbappa about what you have to do. Alright, well, let's do that. Mbappa will explain the trials. You will listen. There are 3 trials. The first trial is the Test of Wits. The second trial is the Test of Friendship. Pass these trials and there's a third trial, the Test of Strength. It is the final trial. But first you must pass the first 2 trials. The first 2 trials are in the trial rooms to the left and right of here. Throughout these trials, ask the trial monitors in the trial rooms. Good luck on the trials. How many times was trial said in that sentence? I don't know. A lot. Anyway, let's go left. As you go to the Test of Friendship. This one is interesting. Well met, this is the Test of Friendship. The road will only those who trust in each other and begin to walk forward as one. Stand on top of glowing switches to begin. So yeah, as you can see on the bottom screen there, we've both analog sticks to we've both Oliver and Esther. Now, the key to this is take your time. You actually have a lot more time than you think. You definitely have a lot more time than you think. So you do have to be very careful. Let's go to the third one. So the best way to do this is actually to sort of move the analog sticks separately. And be aware of where you're going. Excellent, you've demonstrated a strength of bond between you and passed the Test of Friendship. I hereby present you with proof of your achievement. And to get the proof of friendship. Stand together in the face of hardships that await you, believe in one another above all else. Do so and you'll always prevail. We will, thank you very much. Right, heading out. So that's the first trial done. That was relatively straightforward. Let's go to the second trial. This one's a little harder. Might actually have to look up the solution to this one, because I forget it, honestly. Well, mates, this is the Test of Wits. The powers of perception and reflection are the keys to solving these puzzles. Show me the wisdom upon your kind prides itself, child of man. So let's talk to you. Yes. Here, hint. The dragon sees the warrior's sword, but the bird is shown his shield. The beast, meanwhile, looks to his right, sees an empty field. Alright, so you need the puppet string spell. So from left to right, we go beast. Dragon. Warrior. And bird. Alright, so the next one is a lot harder. Next one's a lot harder. When there he lie or above the one that he lies below, the gateway shall be opened up, the onward you can go. Yes, this one goes here. Yeah, goes here. That one goes, I think, more here-ish? No, actually probably more here-ish. That one goes sort of here. This one goes up here. And this one goes there. We're not done. See your hint. The bird is bound to the dragon and moon, and on star he sits. The beast links warrior, moon, and star, yet knows not where he fits. Oh, I get it. The bird has to be atop of the star, and the lines have to join up with the moon that the dragon is there, ain't it? Alright, so the beast goes to sun mark in the upper left. So this one. The warrior on the moon mark to the right of the beast. Dragon on the sun mark to the right, upper right. And the bird to the star mark that's third left from the second row. Excellent! You've demonstrated your wisdom and passed the Test of Wits. I hereby present you for your achievement. I mean, I cheated it, but by looking at the answers, but hey ho. Keep your eyes and ears ever open. The knowledge you gain will serve you well. It's not always brute force that wins the day. Often the word is mightier than the deed. I understand. Thank you very much. Alright, let's progress through. You passed the first two tests. Not bad. Now I know you're good friends and you're not completely stupid. And we also know my powers of encouragement and support can work miracles. Tidy. Hey, you had nothing to do with it. Anyway, Oliver, it's time. The final test. What is it, Master Solomon? Ha! Everyone knows that. It's a test of strength, stupid. This is a test of your combat ability. You guess what you'll have to do, right? We're gonna have to fight somebody, huh? Oh, aren't you clever? But this is just anyone, hee. You're gonna get your heads beaten in. Oh, but I did want him smashing the place up, so I prepared a special place for you to fight in. Anyway, you probably need a rest first because you're also small and weak. I'll be waiting here when you're ready. Yes, Your Honor. Alright, so we do want to heal because we used some MP using Puppet Strength. And our next fight is going to be using some spells. So we definitely need as much MP as possible. Alright, let's do this. Time for the test of strength. So you Wits ready? Yes. That's what I like to hear. Good luck in there. You'll need it. So where does the last trial take place, Master Sullivan? In my special secret place. Watch this.
Door, door, up from the floor. Abracadabra.
I can do that. Amazing! He conjured a door out of thin air. You have to go through it to get where we do the test of strength. It's a little place called the Soloseum. Tiny, you ready for the final test, silly boy? We have to pass it. We just have to. I'm ready. Come on, you guys.
This is the final trial.
This looks a bit flippin' serious.
Ah! Jeepers! Oliver, look!
Hi. Hi, Bashara. Alright, so strategy. This guy is weak to water, so we're gonna use our planter. Now you notice something there. He takes less damage from the back. So you have to be aware of that. So once you're waiting for your thing to recover, you can still attack with Frostbite. Ah, oh, damn it. I think I missed the block. Yep, I did. Nope. Ow. Oi, Oliver, this piece right here's got a big old shield protecting his back, ain't it? Better give him a whacker from the front, I reckon. Yeah, I figured that out already. And we killed him with a knife.
Nice work!
As we get the spirit of the temple. And we also level up. As we get the Bashura page. Huh! We passed the test of strength. As we get the proof of strength. We did it! Oliver, we did it! We sure did. That's the last trial. You've passed them all. Oh, I got you a graduation present. Here. As we get the bridge spell, this is actually really handy. And the broom spell. This, I don't think you use it. I think you use it once. New spells? Thank you very much, Master Solomon. Tidy. They look like proper useful ones too. Of course they are, stupid. I wouldn't give them rubbish ones, would I? Anyway, it's time for my main event. My specialist subject, familiars. I'm going to teach you the secrets of creature taming. Creature taming? Ooh, that sounds interesting. Ha, you're a bit annoying, but at least you're enthusiastic. Okay, let's talk about serenading. What's serenading? I'm just about to tell you, aren't I, stupid? It's something you can't do without a special instrument for a start. An instrument, so that means... Yep, leave it to me, Oliver. I best give it to you before we carry on. And Papa. Master.
Master.
Here, take this. It's called the Heart-Winning Harp.
Wow, it's beautiful.
As we get the heart-winning harp. It's not just beautiful, it's useful too. You can play it to tame creatures and make them your familiars. It's really easier to show you than explain. You're quite slow after all. Alright, so we get a choose your starter scenario here. I've prepared 3 creatures for you to tame. Pick the one you like the look of. Yes, Your Honor. You can tame creatures during battle. Try out these ones. Don't look so scared. They're my pets. They won't attack you. Wimps. But how do I tame them? Well, every now and then when you beat a creature, it'll be so impressed it'll fall in love with you. Okay. If that happens, junky hearts will appear above its head like this. Oh, that's sweet. Anyway, when you see the hearts, it's time for you to play a serenade. If you manage not to mess it up, the creature becomes tame and joins you as one of your familiars. That seems simple enough. It doesn't matter who beats a creature, it can still go all gooey and girly and lovey-dovey, but only you can tame it, Esther. So we want a creature to join us, Esther has to play the song. I just said that, didn't I? Stop asking stupid questions and give it a try. Yes, Your Honor, but which one shall we pick? Why do we have to flip and pick? Can't you just give us the whole lot of them since you told so? What's the matter? Spoiled for choice? Well, when you finish running and growing, just let me know which one you want me to give you completely for free. Alright, so we do have a little bit of a choose your starter scenario here, even though we've chosen our starter, because that's how that works. So I usually go for the one with the horn here. I usually go for this one. Bidoo bee doo ba ba pa pa parp. This stupid looking one is called the Shunky Hunker. It's got good defense and a magical attack. It can put enemies to sleep as well. It's a bit of a low rider, I suppose. See, it does tell you about which ones you want to pick, or you do. Boo! Hehehe. This one's called a Bugly Boo. It may have a stupid name that can scare the pants off people, even worse than me. It packs a hefty punch and can learn some pretty nasty tricks too. Hahaha. And this one, Pee-wee. This kitsch creature is called a Naiad, so there. It's not very good at normal attacks, but it got some decent magic ones and is a great healer, so it's helpful to have it around. Alright, so as I said, I usually do pick the Shunky Hunker. I wish I could look quickly at which ones they are, but as I said, I usually go for the Shunky Hunker. Let me just check. I think the Bugly Boo is a minima? No, it doesn't seem to be a minima. Oh, the Lagoon Naiad is a Nymphi, which is basically the same as the Seed Sprite, so that's why we avoid that, because we already have that. I think the Shunky Hunker is Arcana, which we don't have. And the, the Bugly Boo is, Yeah, actually we go for the Shunky Hunker, because he can actually go to... Alright, so we talked to you. Have you decided which ones you're going to be familiar yet? Yes. Ready? Might as well do it the same way as you know to tame the creature on the normal battle. In case you've forgotten, that means you have to beat it and the creature up. Then get some faster in her heart. And don't wear your pants. I've told them not to attack you, so you won't get scared and run away. Now, to the battlefield!
Here we go!
Right then, Daughter of Shadow, you ready? You're the only one who can use that harp. You better try it out, eh? Right, listen, there's 3 creatures here and you have to pick one to be your new familiar. You know how to tame creatures, don't you? First you have to beat it in battle. These ones are friends of mine, so I told you not to fight back when you bashed them. Well, come on, beat up the creature you want to be your new best friend. So unfortunately we have to physically attack because we can't use our own things here. And Esther attacks are really slow and really weak. But they are ranged, but probably you can miss. Ha! Look at that, it's up on its feet again. Creatures do that sometimes when you beat them in battle. So do Chuck can pick cards over its head, that means you can tame it. If Esther near a creature with hearts over its head, she can use her heart command. She can then choose whether to play a sailor dead or to tame it or to go back to the wild. But if you don't choose quickly, it'll run off anyway. I told these ones not to run away because you're beginners and you're probably rubbish.
Are you ready?
And that is how you catch. Catch in inverted commas. A little bit of XP for Esther, and even a level up. Let's go for Shunker. I like Shunker. We did it! We tamed the creature! Heh, not bad for a first try, I suppose. Like I said, anyone could beat a creature, but Esther has to play the song to tame it. So you have to work together if you want to get some more familiar. So I know it's hard for selfish brats like you, but you just have to try. Yes, Master Sullivan, we understand. Neato, huh, Esther? Oh, you can have 3 more familiars as well as ones used to battle. Tidy, but what happens if we get all over excited and tame more familiars than we've got room for? Then you'll have to speak to a little friend of mine. Look over there a second. Yeah, remember these things? Hello. I like these guys. What a funny looking thing. Is he familiar too? Don't be stupid, that's the rep from the familiar retreat. He'll take any familiars you don't need off your hands and keep them safe back at the retreat. Oh, there's useful. Looks like you'll be keeping busy then, eh, sir? I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to see what kind of creatures there are for me to tame. You can find familiar retreat holes in every town you visit, and even some dangerous places too. I think I've seen some in places we've been already. Hang on, look, your familiar is ready to metamorphose. What? Blimey, I have to teach you about that as well, do I? You don't know anything. Fine, I'll teach you about metamorphosis too. But give me a break first, will you? Explaining this is going to give me a few sec. Well, I just need not to a break. Right, it's time to teach you about metamorphosis. This is boring, so listen carefully. I'm not explaining it again. If you look, you can see your familiar wants to metamorphose. And for that one, you'll need one of these. Here. Did you get a sun drop? Is this some kind of treat? That's not just any old treat. Look, just try it, will you? I'm bored with talking. Give it to that mate you've got there. Fit it in the creature cage, you mean? Okay, here goes. Alright, so if we give him the sun drop, allows any sun side familiar to metamorphose into second form. As you can see, you can actually get a branching path. And also this guy has more stamina as well, which is pretty good. But there's one problem. You can see the stats difference. That's because you reset to level 1. But we are forced to do it, so we have to do it. I was tempted to do the Pokemon evolution music there, but I didn't. Anyway, my metamorphosis into a Mighty Mite. And the number of tricks Smite can perform in battles is increased by 1. So, evolving is good. Nito, look at my familiar. That's metamorphosis. When a familiar gets big enough, you can feed it special treats to make it change to a new version. Metamorphosis. Got it. When familiars metamorphose, they get stronger, look different, and learn better tricks. They also got a lot more gems, means you can teach them even more tricks. The treat you need to feed the familiar to make it metamorphosis depends on its sign, something you've never even worked out on your own. Oh, and here's another piece of priceless wisdom you don't deserve. When familiars metamorphose, they go back to level 1. But that doesn't mean you're back to square 1. Once you train them, they'll be much more powerful than they were before. Whether you metamorphosis your familiars is up to you. Some idiots prefer to stick with what they got. Do what you want, I don't care. Now you don't need anything else explaining, do you? You're fair enough with what I've told you, right? Yes, Master Solomon. Good. I hate explaining all that stuff. Anyway, if you want to hear all the boring details again, you just ask that boring old telling stone you got there. Did someone say my name? Eek! It is as his supremacy says, I can replicate his explanations in minute detail anytime you choose. You need to ask and... Boring! You haven't changed. Anyway, now you know how it all works, so you can get out there and tame loads of familiars and make them metamorphose. Thanks very much, Your Honor. Tell your supremacy. Right, where to next then? Can we go back to Elma Moon quickly? I'm gonna see how my father's getting on. Sure, we can ask him about the other great sages too. Goodbye, Master Solomon. Thanks for everything. Don't mention it. I mean, shut up and get lost. He's just a tsundere. He's fine. Anyway, with the trials done, we're gonna finish up our episode right here. So, next time on Ni no Kuni after the White Witch, we will go back to Elma Moon and see what's going on there. So, that being said, folks, if you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to give a like, don't forget to comment, and don't forget to subscribe to become part of my community, where we spread fun and positivity for all. So, that being said, folks, I will, of course, see you again.